Hey guys, Joyfield Gamer here, and today we are doing part one of a new what if that I actually thought of, and also had like a really I was thinking extremely hard on this, and I was thinking of like some things that should happen and shouldn't happen, and also just giving you a heads up, there will be spoilers of my Shield Hero, and mostly they're from the manga. Of course, in the anime, they're gonna cut off a lot from the manga, and yes, I read the manga, and it is a masterpiece, a masterpiece. So I'm mostly gonna use things from the manga. So of course, some of you might be saying, if you guys don't know the manga, of course, or didn't read it, and you might be saying, "Hey, it didn't happen," blah 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 blah. Remember what I said before? It's from the manga, so a lot of cut content from the anime, well, from the manga, is in the anime, and pretty much there's a lot of content, more content in manga. You know what? You get the idea. So basically, I'm just gonna use the manga more than the actual anime. There's some things from the anime that I will use, not all, but some little bits. But if you didn't read the title, basically this is what if Izuku was isekai to the Shield Hero universe, or Shield Hero verse, whatever you want to call it. But yes, part one of what if Izuku was isekai to the Shield Hero. Anyways, let's start. Oh, and by the way, Izuku's not gonna be alone to isekai, okay? You'll see what I mean. And this, we start. And we start. War. The buildings. City destroyed. Japan was nearly in shambles. Todoroki was able to fight his older brother Dabi, or I forgot his real name, but you get the idea. With everyone, same as canon in the My Hero Academia manga, I read a little bit, not everything, but a little bit. With Izuku, pretty much just standing victorious. Everyone seeing this in the TVs. Everyone in the world is seeing Izuku stand in front of Shigaraki, and then a body behind him with a giant hole in his chest, with pretty much a masked respirator. And this mask starts falling to shambles. Little cracks start appearing, and he's breathing heavily. With him saying, "But you're a hero. Heroes don't kill." With Izuku just standing there saying, "Yeah, I may be a hero, but and people may hate me for what I've did, and may not see me the same, but..." And then he slightly looks behind him, saying, sometimes us heroes have to make the tough decisions, even if people don't agree with us, even if that means making myself look like the villain." But then he looks back at Tomura Shigaraki, with Tomura just literally having this headache. It's like he's going crazy, but it's not as in the way that you think. It's not that he's angry. It's just that something in his brain is happening. If you guys read the manga of Tomura Shigaraki, and yes, I forgot to say spoilers for My Hero Academia. Sorry, I forgot about that. But this is like the way it ended for my version of My Hero Academia, for like the end of the war. Yes, this is the end of the villain versus heroes war, with pretty much Izuku just looking at his hands with blood. Then he clenches it, and he walks towards Shigaraki, then instantly the man behind him saying, "You won't be able to save him. He's too far gone." "Now you shall be my new vessel. This is far from over." With Izuku looking back at the guy, saying, "This is the end. I'm destroying this cycle of death and continuous death and fighting. You will not take his body. You will leave, and I will make sure of that. With instantly the man, now seen as All for One, saying, how so? You will kill him, just as you did to me? With Izuku just looking back at him saying, no, I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm doing this. And then he walked back towards Tomura Shigaraki. He put his hand on his forehead. Instantly, his head, it's like his eyes went back, rolled back to the back of his head. With instantly Izuku being in the Mindscape. With Izuku just standing there. This time, he's able to see himself completely. And then the other heroes, the other 8 predecessors of all for one for all, stand for him saying, kid, what do you think you're doing? I don't remember all of them. The only one I remember is Nana Shimura. That's the only one I remember, but it's the Black Whip guy. I'm just gonna call them black by their quirks if I remember most of them. I'll write it. I'll go search it up right now. Let me do that real quick so I can literally put down the quirks. Okay, I am back. I just got all the quirks pretty much. Yeah, I wrote down all the quirks. I only was able to figure out 7, but yeah. Anyways, let's continue. So, Izuku looks at, of course, the other predecessors of One for All are confused of what Izuku is doing. With, of course, Nana saying, "Izuku, are you?" Izuku just looks at her saying, "Yes, I'm keeping my promise to you of what I said. I'm gonna save your grandson." With Nana just tearing up saying, "Thank you. But how will you?" Instantly, Izuku just hears a scream. Well, more like a muffled scream, within a voice saying, "Shut up. You are irritating me. I am trying to give you power. Let me take control of the body. And you're losing because of your idiotic mind that you think that you are able to somehow beat me. I don't know what changed your perspective of not being a villain anymore, but I'm sure here to tell you that you as hell cannot go back." With Shigaraki with his eyes just wide and just screaming, muffled screaming, like he says, like telling him to get the hell out of his body, get the hell out of his mind. Of course, the thing is, Shigaraki's like tied up to like, you know, like those like experimental tables. Well, not like laid down on the table. It's like the table is vertical, you know, like on the. It's like you're hanging a painting like that, with pretty much one All for One is just pretty much his back is facing towards Izuku, not knowing that Izuku's here to defeat All for One, to let Shigaraki have his own power, to become his own person again, maybe even redeem himself. But then Izuku just says, "Who said he can't redeem himself? I think he can." With of course All for One just snarls, and he just pretty much like uh like how do you know like the little tight thing? It's like straighten his tie and says, just puts his arms in like crossed in his back, saying, uh so the young hero returns. How did it feel killing my body? Did you relish in the blood that you spilled?" Izuku saying, "No, I didn't. I did not relish in the victory I had. I did not feel happy about killing someone. But I know I had to do it. Not for myself, not for my sake, for others. Even for the future generation. And for the future generation of quirks." With pretty much All for One just laughing, saying, "Oh." Such naivety. You said it's just for the future generation of quirks. Do you know the theory of what Izuku saying? Yeah, I do. I know about the theory, but I have hope. I have hope that the future will be able to figure out what's going on. And you won't be in it. That's the future I know. And I believe in. With all for one saying, oh, a confidence boost, eh? Don't get too cocky, boy. You may have killed my old weak body, but you won't kill me. I lived over 100 years to see this vision of mine, and you won't stop me. With instantly, All for One's little brother says, he won't be able to do it alone, but we will help to secure that bright future. With instantly, All for One saying, oh, little brother, it's nice to see you again, but I ask you to stand out of my way. If not, I will make you disappear, just like I did to those other, how do you say, not apprentices. That sounds a bit too like giving you a compliment. And he pretty much walks around saying, I understand. Weaklings. What's the other best word? Abominations. This pretty much the disgusting beings of society. With Izuku just saying, is that you're talking about? Because I don't see anything about us. With, of course, All for One just being angry at the remark that Izuku did. Of course, Izuku's a bit more sassy in this. Not completely, but when he can be. Because remember, he's changed throughout all of this. He experienced so much hardship. He literally was being assassinated. He almost got killed more than 3 times. And hell, he literally almost broke every bone in his body. And he has scars around his arms, his torso. It's like his whole body is filled with scars. With Izuku pretty much just saying, I don't care if I die here. As long as I take you down, I know the future will be bright. And I know Shigaraki will go down the right path. With, of course, Shigaraki hearing this, and part of him was like touched that someone believed in him being able to take the right path, even after all the things he's done. With pretty much All for One saying, oh, child. You believe that a murderer can redeem himself? It's like saying, I could become a hero. Oh, your naivety, I must say. You are very stubborn, I'll give you that. But I will see my vision true once and for all. Even if it means I have to destroy the planet itself. With pretty much All for One saying, I just want to watch the world burn. Izuku saying, I guess some of you nutcases actually take initiative, huh? With pretty much, of course, All for One stands ready. With Izuku saying, I will free Shigaraki, if it's the last thing I do. With All for One saying, come at me, boy. I will make you breathe your last breath today. Instantly, both sides go and attack. With then the other predecessors of One for All also are behind Izuku. The guy that is able to do the smoke screen says, just of course use smoke screen to pretty much cover the in front of One for All. With then, of course, the danger sense, was able to sense where All for One is, because of course he is a dangerous man. So he took the first punch, and then the man that did Fajin. By the way, this is a bit of fourth wall breaking. I don't know like about the other two quirks. So if you do know, please tell me so I can write it down on the little list here thing. Because you know, eight. No wait, technically there's. No wait. No, I'm wrong. Yeah, I think there's 7. I don't know. I can't count for some reason. But yes. Anyways, let's continue. With then, of course, instantly, not Nanashimura instantly floats up and just grabs One for All by the collar, well, back of the collar, and throws him. With the man that it has the Fajin quirk, instantly boosts himself forward and just kicks, of course, drop kicks One for All. With One for All being pushed back to where Shigaraki is, without him knowing, instinctively he reached out to grab something. With of course he grabbed something, and that's a chain from one of the cuffs that was holding to Shigaraki's cuff, and he literally broke it. With All for One just looking at the chain and then just looking at one of the little cuffs, well, his arm that has the cuff on it, that arm freed. With Shigaraki about to put his other hand on the other cuff to free himself and join the fight, but of course, All for One snaps his fingers instantly, with Tomura's arms, of course, cuffed again, but this time more securely, more tightly around his arms where he can barely feel the blood coursing through his veins. With Shigaraki just, of course, just fighting, just literally not giving up on this, because he sees people fighting for him, trying to free him. Out in the real world, people see a light, 2 lights fighting for dominance. One that is green and one that is pure black. The 2 are shooting up in the air. It's like the whole world is able to see this phenomenon. Everyone is shocked, not knowing what they're doing. With All Might being there with the other Class 1A, and even some of the news that came there, with instantly one of the news team saying, "What's going on? What's happening there? What's Hero Deku? What's Deku even doing?" Of course, they know his name because he's the one that's trying to save Japan, and he is technically. With All for One, with of course All Might saying, "I don't know, but something tells me that they're fighting for dominance to one quirk erase the other, or something else. I don't know what, but they are having a fight between themselves. We only hope that Deku wins." With everyone shocked and hearing this in the news, everyone in the world is shocked and hoping that Izuku wins, hoping that All for One does not win. With then, of course, instantly we go back inside the Mindscape. With of course, All for One says, that's a cheap trick, young. You 7, you 8. That's a very cheap trick. I commend you for your team up, whatever you heroes call it. But there's a certain weakness that you should know here. With one of them saying, "And what's that?" All for One just smiles, that creepy grin, and just seeing that everyone got a chill down their spine. With All for One saying, "You are in my domain now." Instantly he snaps again, with chains appearing out of nowhere. Pretty much just trying to get all of the other predecessors. With, of course, Izuku and the others are able to dodge it, with Black Whip pretty much able to hit them away. With, of course, All for One just laughing, saying, more like chuckling, sorry. Now, this is entertainment. Don't you think so, Shigaraki, my boy? With Shigaraki just glaring at All For One, with him just saying, "Fuck you." Just that's so straight. It's like he's literally sending him a message through those light, through his eyes, those angry eyes. With, of course, he instantly All For One saying, "Anyway, I think this has gone long enough." He instantly blasts, not blasts, but pretty much he uses an air blast. I forgot from most of his quirks, but I remember one of them is a muscle one, and one that can like control air. But he just goes, "Now, let's end all of you." Instantly, he rushes towards Nana Shimura, instantly grabbing her by the head, and he says, "Now, I shall kill you first, since you've been a pain on my side for a long time." He's just squeezing Nana Shimura's head, slowly but painfully. And he was enjoying it, with Nana just screaming. Shigaraki just yelling out, saying, "No!" Instantly, in that moment, something happened. Like something snapped in Shigaraki. In a sense, in a positive way. With instantly Shigaraki, something like he pretty much was able to barely move his fingers now because of the blood. And then he barely put all his 5 fingers on the cross. Because of, you might be saying, why didn't he do that before? He did. But the thing is, since of course One For All For One was able to control the mind, he was able to do it again and again and again and again. With then instantly Shigaraki doing again, saying, instantly the cross sign just crumbles. With of course Shigaraki just falling to his feet. Of course, it's a bit difficult for him because he's not used to this, like being in the mental thing, you know? And then instantly, of course, All For One sees this. In that moment of distraction, Izuku instantly goes and punches him and uses Black Whip as a way to pierce All For One. With, of course, Izuku piercing All For One's chest like he did to the original one. With All For One saying, "You really think that trick would work again?" "You are mistaken, boy. I I have no real body, so I can't die." Instantly, it's like the hole in the chest was starting to heal everything. And instantly, it was like no scratch. There was only a hole in the suit. With All For One saying, "Oh, you ruined my favorite suit. Now it's drenched with blood." He snaps again and just fixes his suit. Like nothing ever happened. No attack there. Nothing. With Izuku saying, "We might not be able to defeat you in your domain, but there's one person who can." With All For One just smiling and just thinking, "This boy must be an idiot. He can't save anyone." With Izuku saying, with All For One just smiling, saying, "Really? Please enlighten me. And who might that be?" "You?" Izuku saying, "Nope. Him." Pretty much pointing his thumb backwards, pointing at Shigaraki, with Shigaraki just standing straight. And just, it's like his hair is overshadowing his eyes. With, of course, All For One just saying, "Ugh, this pest. Don't worry, Shigaraki. I shall deal with you later." Of course, waiting a few seconds, nothing happened. And he was confused. "What?" Of course, he snaps again. Nothing happens. Again. With him saying, "What is going on? What is happening?" Of course, getting annoyed, and looks at Izuku saying, "What did you do, child?" Izuku just saying, "I didn't do anything. He did." Pretty much just walking forward towards All For One. towards All For One, with All For One saying, pretty much saying, idiot, young child. You think I can't kill you and take over your body? Izuku saying, you can't. Because instantly, Shigaraki just puts up his hand and just blasts a laser past Izuku's head. And Izuku didn't even flinch. With All For One just feeling the pain, saying, oh, you brat. What did you do? Izuku saying, like I said before, idiot. I didn't do anything. He did this for himself. He doesn't care who you are anymore. Besides anything, you're just a fossil about the past. So why don't you die out? And besides, you want to know something? You remember that this is your so-called quote-unquote domain, correct? With, of course, All For One just tries to heal again with a snap. And he says, yes, it is. And besides, any moment I shall heal now. And he just gets punched straight through the chest again. With this time the hole being bigger than last time. With All For One saying, what is happening? Why can't I take control anymore? With Shigaraki saying, because this is my mind, my body. And he slowly takes step by step, walking towards All For One, with pretty much Izuku just standing by, with All For One saying, Shigaraki, you're supposed to be on my side. You wanted to kill All Might correctly. We can still do it. We just have to kill this brat. Why don't you join me one more time to kill him? With Tomoru just saying, at first I did want to kill All Might. Part of me still does, but now I figure why. Because All Might, I don't blame All Might actually. I just thought of him as a catalyst for me, the scapegoat. But in reality, I just hated the society because of my quirk. Something that I thought was villainous. Something that can only be used for horrible deeds. And no one saved me because of that. But you. I thought you saved me because you thought I was special. Cared about me. But in reality, you saw me as a tool. Nothing more than just a little plaything. A chess piece. To just play your demented little game with your so-called younger brother. And in reality, part of me kept saying, no, you did care about me. But now I come to the truth. And thanks to Midoriya, I can change. And I will. Even if it means I have to go through hell one more time. If I have to go to that pit of hell to face all my sins, I will. Because I am done with your bullshit. And you, All For One, with All For One getting scared, of course backing up a little bit, only able to back up with his arm and leg because, of course, he's starting to fear Shigaraki. Shigaraki saying, and now I shall use your gift that you gave me for the better. With, of course, All For One saying, Shigaraki, please think about this. You're not in your right mindset. You're just being idiotic. You're being idiotic right now, son. You are not. With instantly, Shigaraki saying, I am not your son. I am Tomura Shigaraki, and the grandson of Nana Shimura, from one that was a hero, and you shall be erased from history. Instantly, Tomura just made it all the way and just reached out his hand and grabbed All for One at the end of his face. Instantly, just doing pretty much grabbing his face, and he disappeared without a trace. With Tomura seeing that the dust starts disappearing and his Mindscape starts becoming more normal-ish, much better. Izuku saying, "So, how does it feel to get that voice out of your head?" With Tomura just saying, "It feels..." And he looks around without like nothing red or anything bloodied around him saying, and he says, "It feels peaceful. It feels peaceful. Is this what it feels like when you have a clear conscience?" Izuku just shakes his head saying, "Yeah, it does." With Tomura saying, it feels weird, but I think I can get used to it. So, what now?" Izuku says, "Now it's for your new beginning." With Izuku just holding out his hand, Izuku saying, "Will you take this second chance?" With Izuku just smiling, Shigaraki just smiles and says, "Yeah, I will." And he takes Izuku's hand, and something surprises Shigaraki after he fully grabs Izuku's hand. Like, it's not like on purpose. With Shigaraki's, "Huh?" Izuku confusing, "Huh? What's wrong?" Shigaraki saying, "It's odd. You should have become dust. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't trying to actually make it a dust. It's just that my quirk activates when all my 5 fingers interact, like fully grasp something. It's just, it's difficult to believe." Izuku says, "It's understandable. Besides, it's your new beginning. Take pride in it." Shigaraki says, "Yeah, I think I will." Izuku says, "So, Shimura, I did your prompt." Instantly, Shimura just went past Izuku quickly and just hugged Shigaraki. Shigaraki just shocked, and he doesn't know how to feel right now. It's kind of awkward. It's like emotions were like going by his mind quickly, like in a second. Like, he wants to hug him. He feels his grandmother. He feels happy. He feels sad, angry, confused, excited. He doesn't know what to feel. With Izuku saying, so I'm guessing you're gonna stay with your grandson?" With Nana says, "I hope it's fine. Don't worry, you'll still keep my quirk. I don't mind. I just want to..." With Izuku saying, "It's fine. I understand. Family has to stay beside by each other. I hope you enjoy your new life, Shiri. You deserve it for all the things you went through, but it's gonna be a hell of a ride, just letting you know." Shigaraki saying, "Yeah, I see that now. Part of me is regretting it, but also the other part of me is looking forward towards it. I can promise what I kept. I can do a promise that I did for one of my family members." Izuku-san, "Good. Keep that promise, because it's going to move you forward. And just remember, if you need someone to talk to, I am here." Pretty much just pointing back to himself with his thumb, and also giving a bit of a thumbs up too. Shigaraki just shaking his head, saying, "Yeah, thanks, Deku." And then back in the real world, the black pillar of light was actually slightly consuming Izuku. Think of it as the Avatar, like with the spirit bending and stuff. Think of it as that, with Izuku pretty much emitting like a green bright light, with Shigaraki emitting a dark purple light. With them pretty much doing that happening, with then instantly Izuku just slowly being consumed, with everyone just being scared. Everyone in the news was frightening, getting like extremely nervous, anxiety, everything. Everyone was, even people were, some of the villains were praying to God too. And people that, and the people, and some of the citizens that used to be heroes were like praying, saying, please God, let him win. Please God, please, I'm begging you, please. With, of course, somehow, some way, All for One feels a snap, like like something was cut. You imagine like a string cutting. You know, like Tanjiro with like a little string directing towards the neck and stuff. Imagine that being snapped, but with nothing connected. Just pretty much the heart of All for One that used to be there, but more like a spiritual heart towards Shigaraki's mind. With him feeling something a bit of a snap, his imaginary eyes widen. Well, sorry, non existent eyes widen in shock, saying, "No, he didn't." Instantly, before he even finished the sentence, Izuku just erupted with bright green light, enveloping both Izuku and Shigaraki. With everyone, even people in the television, were blocking their eyes because it was so bright. It even emitted through the television. And then everything went static on the television. People were scared, were frightened, but people were able to see the light, the green light emitting from the outside. People around the world were able to see that phenomenon. And knowing that, they were happy. And everyone in the world was celebrating the celebration of Izuku saving the world, defeating the most wanted villain, dead. Everyone shocked, amazed, in awe, seeing Izuku as the new symbol of peace and hope. And pretty much, the television went up again, with Izuku pretty much just stumbling back, instantly just having trouble standing, with Izuku just looking at Shigaraki with a smile. Izuku pretty much giving Shigaraki a hand, with Shigaraki looking up. With even the other heroes are shocked that Izuku didn't kill him because he wanted to save Shigaraki. Some of the heroes were moved in this action, even some of the villains too. And Inko was just saying this, that her son that was brute and battered, through the point that it's almost difficult to tell it's Izuku. But still, he was able to stand up with a smile, reaching out a hand for Shigaraki. With then, of course, our phone saying, "No! No!" Instantly, in desperation. Let's say he had a little portal, like a black hole quirk, okay? And he threw it to Izuku. Shigaraki and everyone else seeing this, with everyone else from Class 1A running towards Izuku and desperate, trying to reach him. No, everything felt slow motion, and the only thing you can hear is and slowly, the black hole was starting to get close to Izuku, with Izuku just saying, "So, this is how I die. Well, at least I did my best." And he slowly accepted that he was going to die, but then instantly something in him started firing up, saying that, "No, I won't die here anymore." With Shigaraki, instantly something in him appeared in his arms, like some flame, purplish, not purplish, like rainbowish flame. Instantly, Shigaraki just instinctively threw the flame towards the black hole. And the flame wasn't just a regular fireball. It looked like a thunderbolt, you know? A lightning bolt. Instantly, he threw it. Of course, he stand in front of Izuku to take the hit and the blow, with everyone shocked in the television. Shocked. With then instantly, the two attacks combined. With then, Izuku and Shigaraki were being sucked into the black hole. But instantly they were. taken to the black hole. But the black hole isn't like something super unstable and absorbs the whole entire world. No, 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 no. It was a black hole that was like in medium size, like almost like how you say. It was the size of a room, you can say, like a small little medium room, regular room like that. That's where you can fit it. With pretty much Izuku and Shigaraki being sucked into the black hole, which was having this weird lightning-ish flame, like rainbowish aura circling around it and also surging around it. With every single hero shocked, every person in television shocked that Shigaraki was able to sacrifice himself and try to save Izuku. He did in a way. And he kind of saved all of Japan, even the world itself too. Because that black hole, if it literally interacted with the ground or even Izuku, it would have expanded to the point that everything in the world was able to suck pretty much the entire galaxy, pretty much to absorb every single living being. So thanks to Shigaraki, the black hole was able to shift into a bit of a gate. Accidentally, they made a gate to a parallel universe. With pretty much, of course, the two being absorbed, with everyone scared because after the explosion, it kind of destroyed the where Izuku and Shigaraki were at. With then pretty much all for one saying, so there's no more symbol of peace, no more. All for one then. I guess I can go to hell for this. I don't care. At least they finished my mission. And then and there, All for One dies. He died by blood loss. With, of course, Katsuki Bakugo goes to All for One's dead body and just starts literally like beating him. No matter, even people were trying. Some of the other Class 1A students were pretty much telling him to get it off. Even some of them had to pull him off by force. Katsuki just yelling to the top of his lungs, saying, "You bastard! I'm gonna go to hell and kill you again!" Pretty much just everyone in shock, seeing that the new symbol of peace dying. Oh, sorry about that, but the new symbol of peace dying in TV and even in front of his friends, was able to make a new ally, but he was able to save the world. But at what cost? What was the cost of it? Inko saying this fell into a pit of despair. The only thing she can say is that, please God, please God, please God, please let it be a dream, please let it be a dream. The only thing she can think of is hoping and just praying God to everything in her entire being, her entire soul, even to the point she was hoping that the devil was just playing with her. And she would be praying to the devil itself, saying that this just better be one of its tricks or anything, really. With people just seeing this, a week passes, and Japan was slowly being rebuilt. Of course, little houses were made, and the statue of All Might was turned into a different statue of Izuku. But the thing is, All Might was right behind him, pretty much holding his shoulder and just pointing in front of him, saying, like he's pointing to a direction, like a hope, a bright future in front of them. And people were able to put flowers, bouquets, and even one kid walked up to it and put down a drawing, and it showed a drawing about Izuku and the kid. The kid pretty much with white hair and red eyes and with a horn, and pretty much showing three other kids. One with a hat with two horns on its head, with the other two also having like little sun hats covering them. Both of them have overalls. And yes, it's Koda, Eri. I forgot the other two's name. all four of them came to visit Izuku's grave. And the drawing of the picture shows that in this pretty much in this what if, pretty much Eri sees Izuku as a big brother, saying, and the picture shows big brother and me with Papa, and pretty much it shows Aizawa holding Eri's hand, with of course Mirio just kind of like holding an like candy apple, with Izuku pretty much also holding the other hand of Eri in the picture, with like little cute doodle drawings. Of course, everyone was mourning the death of a true hero, and it showed, and there was like a bit of a saying there. I don't like just make up a saying that Izuku would probably say. With Izuku, just for me, I would say probably saying, no matter how much fear you have, no matter how much you go through, you have to keep walking forward. You may find yourself falling to despair, but keep fighting. Keep moving. Because someday you'll find the end of the tunnel to an even brighter tomorrow. With people just mourning and just crying. Some even found a new respect for someone, and pretty much figuring out that he was a quirkless person originally, and pretty much for figuring out about the quirk about one for all. They pretty much were amazed that such a person existed, and knowing about his background, everyone just even respected him more. And they said that he was the essence of a true hero. Everyone in the world respected him. And pretty much for that whole year, they mourned for the death of a true hero. The world was silent. Everything just felt empty. Nothing ever felt bright or dark again. And now we go to the point of view of Izuku. Izuku was falling down, with Shigaraki just being next to him, or behind him. Within instantly, both of them hit their heads down on the ground. Instantly, Izuku was hazy. He was looking at a direction with someone saying, "Master Nafumi, look!" With Izuku seeing a girl with raccoon ears and a raccoon tail. And then he looks up and he sees a man that looks somewhere in his 20s, with there, just looking into the man's eyes. He sees himself of when he first became a vigilante, that he was closed off, didn't trust anyone, only to the very few. He hated the world, he hated everything that was going on for him. With Izuku just saying, are you going to help me? And then, of course, if you didn't hear me, I just said, are you going to help me? It's like in a voice that was tired, exhausted. Which, of course, the Izuku just saw the mouth move of what the man said, but he didn't hear it, and he was knocked out. Within the next 3 days, Izuku woke up in a tent, with then pretty much Izuku saying, "Oh, my head." With of course then Izuku was going around his neck, checking if any scars or anything. But then he noticed that his scarf wasn't there, and he was nervous, saying, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's my scarf?" With instantly a voice saying, "Calm down, kid. Jeez. Wow, I can't believe you were word for this piece of junk." With Izuku saying, "What?" Pretty much saying, "Please give it back." Of course, Naofumi just threw it to... Yes, it's Naofumi. Ta-da, Yes, you get the idea. With then pretty much the man, which Izuku doesn't know is Naofumi, but pretty much yes. The man throws the scarf back, and Izuku notices that there's a few stitches on it. The man says, "You wouldn't let go of that thing, even if, like, it was a death grip. Like it was your last lifeline or something." Jeez. To be honest, I would have sold you off if it wasn't for something interesting. Like that, or for you mumbling about something. Something about quirks and all for one. Damn. You got me intrigued, kid. But whatever. With Izuku saying, yeah. Thanks, sir, but, who are you? Izuku, we're pretty much the man just snorting. Ugh. You didn't hear me, damn it. Just call me now for me, damn it. Of course, the girl saying, "Master, you have to be, please be nice. Something, we don't know what happened to them or what they went through." And now for me just saying, "Yeah, whatever." And of course, just walking out the tent with the girl with raccoon ears saying, just sighing, saying, "Sorry about Master. It's just that he has a tough time." Izuku saying, "He doesn't trust anyone, does he?" Raftali saying, "Yes, he had a bad experience." With Izuku saying, "It's understandable. I kind of understand him. But anyway, what are your names?" With the girl saying, "Oh, how rude of us. My name is Raftalia, but the man that you saw walk away and the one with the shield is actually my master, Nafumi Watani." With that, we end this part. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Have a great day. Oh, and also forgot. Shigaraki was, of course, isekai with Izuku. So yes, prepare to see Izuku and Shigaraki explore the world of the Shield Hero. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry. Have a great day, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are, and take care. Bye-bye.